You might ask, how should we live? The answer might be, we should live well, we should do good, we should be good, we should feel good. But that just begs a new question. How does one live well? What disqualifies one from being well or well-being? What do I need to do? Who do I need to be? Virtue ethics answers that question by focusing on who we should be. Your character determines whether you're living the good life. The good life has a lot to do with who you are and how you are, your habits, your character traits. That's virtue ethics. That's Aristotle. Let's take a deeper look. Virtue, then, being of two kinds, intellectual and moral. Intellectual virtue in the main owes both its birth and its growth to teaching, for which reason it requires experience and time, while moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. From this, it is also plain that none of the moral virtues arise in us by nature. Nobody is virtuous from nature. Nature doesn't make people virtuous. Nature is not changeable. Whether you are virtuous is in your control. It's a matter of choice. Unlike a rock cannot choose to keep going upwards. When you throw a rock in the air, eventually it comes down. And fire, you cannot train to burn downwards. Normal circumstances, fire burns upwards. It's the nature of fire. It's the nature of gravity about the rock and the fire. But it's not in your nature to be rude or nice or temperate or cowardice or any character trait. We can change our characters. We can become better people. We can start to live better lives. According to Aristotle, the way to live a virtuous life is to choose good character traits. If you want to become a courageous person, you just need to find the middle path, the golden mean, the intermediate point between the extreme of cowardice and the extreme of rashness. And by doing courageous acts repeatedly, you will become a courageous person. For the things we have to learn before we can do. We learn by doing. For example, people become builders by building, and lyre players by playing the lyre. So too we can become just by doing just acts. Temperate by doing temperate acts. Brave by doing brave acts. ... This then is also the case with the virtues. By doing the acts that we do in our transactions with other people, we become just or unjust. And by doing the acts that we do in the presence of danger and being habituated to feel fear or confidence, we become brave or cowardly. The same is true of appetites and feelings of anger. Some men become temperate and good-tempered. Others become self-indulgent and irascible by behaving in one way or another in the appropriate circumstances. The way that you act, including the way that you react, determines if you are becoming virtuous. Virtuousness lies in the balance between extremes. You want to be fit? That's a good goal. You cannot be fit and work out too little. Just like you cannot be fit and work out too much. Excessive and defective exercise destroys strength. That which is proportionate produces, increases, preserves. So too is it then with the case of temperance and courage and other virtues. For The man who flees from and fears everything and does not stand his ground against anything becomes a coward. And the man who fears nothing at all, but goes to meet every danger, becomes rash. And similarly, the man who indulges in every pleasure and abstains from none becomes self-indulgent, while the man who shuns every pleasure, as boors do, becomes in a way insensible. Temperance and courage, then, are destroyed by excess and defect, and preserved by the mean. It is no easy task to be good. For in everything, it is no easy task to find the middle. Anyone can get angry. That's easy. Anyone can give or spend money. But to do this to the right person, to the right extent, at the right time, with the right aim, in the right way, that is not for everyone, nor is it easy. That is why goodness is both rare and laudable and noble.